Hi guys, Maker and Luca here. I'm going to do something a little bit different this video. I'm going to rank all the songs musically in Tachyon, Epsilon. By how much I like each song is the order I'm going to put them in. Right? I don't think many people do this for Stepmania. So let's see. Donna Wise is my 30th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon, which means it's my least favorite. It's definitely not a bad song, it's just... Okay, well, the first issue is it starts immediately off with 170 BPM 24, a riff that's 170 BPM 24s, and that doesn't have much build up. Also, almost the entire song is in the same like pitch, which doesn't have much variety. It's not exactly one I particularly like. I definitely appreciate the Scott-like slow parts, but also this song, there seems to be a lot of songs called Donna Wise, so this might be a reference to something that I'm not getting, so yeah, this is my opinion, so nostalgia doesn't factor this one in for me. I don't even know if there's intended to be crossovers or not, but since it's Tachyon Epsilon, probably not, but yeah, this song just doesn't do much for me, and pretty much the riffs, they have a little bit of variety, but there's not too much in, and one thing that would make this song a little bit cooler is if there were 16th notes during the slow parts, mostly eighths. That's kind of a little too slow and a little, well, not even eighths, like look, a lot of fourths. Well, I mean, it's cool, but and then it goes all the way up. It's not a bad song, it's just my least favorite. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. So my 29th favorite track is in Tachyon Epsilon is Viking Fjord Retaliation, which again is not a bad track, and it starts off with a nice build-up. And it's another thing, it's a little bit different from Donna Wise. It was the same person, Kamazar. I don't think all the tracks. I think Springtime and Mecha Strider Solid are better than either of these, but yeah, this one just sounds a little, doesn't sound like it gets much out of its. Not much variety, like musically, like pitch-wise and stuff. Like it goes from eighths to 16ths, which is nice, but a little more variety I think would have helped this song. Again, not a bad one, just not one of my favorites. And my 28th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon musically is Epic Manor, and Epic Manor coincidentally happens to be the hardest song. It is a hard 24, and I guess you could call it the boss song of Tachyon Epsilon, because it's really fast, 170 BPM and really long 24th runs. However, most of the song is just the same like pitch and stuff. I do like a lot of X Kirby's tracks, but this is probably one of his weaker ones, because most of it just sounds kind of the same. Probably the best part is the beginning, because you can hear a little climax there, but after that it just pretty much is just, even the Oni chart, expert chart, if you're using this theme, would demonstrate it's really just kind of mush. Again, not a bad song, just not one of the stronger ones in here, not one of X Kirby's strongest songs. And my 27th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is The Scales of Strangeness. Now, this one has a scale of strangeness because it has a unique problem to Tachyon Epsilon and a lot of songs in general that make it harder for me to enjoy than as much as other songs. And the issue is this song is so loud and possibly so fast. It's the fastest song translated to 24ths. It's like more than 280 BPM if those were 16ths. That's harder to hear from songs. I do like the dun, dun, dun. That's really nice to the ears. It has some good variety. I really like this part. That part how it lowers in pitch. I think that's what it's doing. That sounds really good. So, but this song is a remix. I think a remix, parody, something like that. And I'll just say it's inspired by the Scales of Struggle. However, strangely enough, it's more of a struggle to hear the notes in this song because they're so loud. So I think I actually prefer the Scales of Struggle to this one. And it does have a good climax coming up. which I guess I'll show. I can't comment the riffs too much because this is the remix of, I mean, I definitely like the instrument they use, except that it's too loud and it's hard to hear the notes. I like the do. I don't even know if this part was in the Scales of Struggle, but yeah, again, this song isn't bad again, but yeah, the original is just more enjoyable because it's easier to hear the notes. It's a little slower. Actually, I think the original has like a 200/300 BPM version, and it's easier to hear the notes than this, so I think it is because this one's a little too loud. But yeah, this part's really cool, and I can hear, there seems to be some sort of vocals in it, and I appreciate that. That's a nice thing, so. And it slows down towards the end, too. So yeah, this song is pretty good, but it's a little difficult to hear notes. You gotta be kind of like in the mood to challenge your ears while you're playing it, while you're listening to it. And the Scales of Struggle, even though it's a struggle, it doesn't really have that as much. But yeah, I do like how it slows down here. That's pretty cool. That's a nice touch. I can't really compare it too much to the Scales of Struggle, but I do think it has some differences. So it is good that songs exists along with the Scales of Struggle. They're both good. They're both good in different ways, which is what you want for a remix. You don't really want a complete rehash. You want some minor differences, but you want kind of the same thing. So, aside from the loudness, so my 26th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Vertex Epsilon. Now this song is a remix or a parody or something, or I'll just say inspired by, like I did on the last song I mentioned, which is the Cells of Strangeness. That this is kind of like a Vertex Beta and Alpha and Gamma and Delta, not the Zeta versions, the original that Sylvia created. And those songs are classic and they're very common to Setmaya. They're very famous Setmaya songs. So the issue with this song, why I don't like as much as those, well, I don't really like the music as much, but another issue is it's got a little too much build-up, I think. Like, lag. But yeah, this song's got a little bit too much build-up, so it just kind of feels like you're just waiting for this part to come. I mean, the original does that too, but it has a different riff. This kind of has the same riff, but it kind of speeds up and stuff. So again, it's different from the original. Honestly, it's more different. It sounds really different. It has like a bubbling kind of sound effect, which none of the original Tachyons did. Honestly, if I just say one thing, Tachyon Alpha and Tachyon Beta, the originals by Sylvia, are more different than this. I mean, they're more similar than this is. This is different. So honestly, from a purely creative, not from a listening, but a creative standpoint, I would actually say that this song is better than Tachyon Beta, because Tachyon Alpha and Tachyon Beta, Gamma and Delta are really different. They have different instruments. So I have to say I prefer Gamma and Delta. And also Gamma and Delta have different riffs. This pretty much has the same riff. That's Tachyon Beta. Not Tachyon Beta, Vertex Beta. Also this, unrelated to the song, but this has mini jacks, 16th mini jacks at, how much BPM? 162. And that's rare for charts, but I'm not here to talk about the charts in too much detail, but that's, this lag. But, yeah, this song, I would actually say creatively it is better than Tachyon Beta, because Beta is just Alpha. Alpha, I think, had a piano and stuff and a lot of slow parts, which Beta didn't really have as much, so even though, and Alpha and Beta were created by the same person, and Gamma and Delta, I think Sylvia, unless a ghost creator, but I don't know, that just doesn't seem too likely, but it could be, but this doesn't really have too much, aside from like the bubbling sound effect, not too much variety, so from a creative standpoint, and from listening, it's my least favorite Tachyon, but from a creative one, it would be 4th. Wow, an 8 with lag on Judge 6, Life 3, but yeah. It's definitely good, and it's definitely different from the original, so I can't give it too much flack. So, it's better than the other ones, but it's still not. And my 25th favorite song in Tachyon song is We Get 555 Guys. Now this song is probably the funniest in Tachyon Epsilon. It's got really funny vocal sound bites. I don't know where they're from. Sound bites. And some of them are on sync with the song, which is really cool. Now, my main issue would be that it's pretty much just we write it 255, but by Stereo Chan, but with the vocals. But it does sound a little bit different, so I gotta give it some that. But since it is a really funny song, and it does sound a little bit different, I'll give it some credit for that. So it's a good song. I would give it an 8 out of 10. And my 24th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Rise Up. Now, the most noteworthy thing about the song is that it speeds up from 240 BPM. It starts out at 240 BPM, then it speeds up to 260 BPM, then it speeds up to 280 BPM, and then 300. Which I think is cool, but unlike, say, Delta Max, it doesn't speed up as much, which I think is kind of preferable. Also, there's a bunch of, unlike Delta Max, there's a bunch of boring filler, you know? I mean, music-wise, if you're listening to it for the speed up, you gotta sit through a bunch of stuff that's not really that fast, but has the same tempo as the runs, which just isn't as visual. I do like the vocal sound bites. I don't know. I can't give points for nostalgia because I don't know where they're from, but there's just a lot of filler. Since the main point of this song for some would be because it speeds up, there's just a lot of filler. So overall, it's not enjoyable at all, Max, but I do appreciate the effort, and it's nice that there are songs like this. And if it did just speed up like 1 BPM every beat, it would just pretty much be Delta Max in the terms of BPM. So it's good that it does speed up in different variants, but I don't really think the filler was that good of an idea. But the music itself is pretty good. It's wow, kind of like Bokura, no 16-bit wars. And my 23rd favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Yamada, how do you pronounce it? Stream. And this sounds very similar to like Dump Stream and Chip Stream, which kinds are also made. But it's different in a good way, and it doesn't speed up like those, but it sounds good throughout. And then there's also a slow part, which sounds pretty nice. However, it is a little bit generic. It's definitely nice to listen to, and there's this part, which I definitely like, and emphasize notes, which is cool. I like how it goes now, but overall, not the most creative song, but it is a good one. Definitely good. I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. And my 22nd favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Fighting the Inhuman. Now, just like Epic Manor and a few more in this pack, it's an 8-bit song. Considering the person who created it was called X Kirby, it might be a reference to Kirby. Okay, this is a good riff. That's probably my favorite part of this song is the riff. This is the riff. It's nice and sounds good. However, other than that, not too much interesting. So, overall, definitely a good song, but let me hear the 16s. Yeah, this part is pretty generic, but overall, since I really like the other riff, it's better than some other tracks, but not as good as others because it could use a little bit more variety. But overall, not a bad song. My 21st favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is the 8th Era, or 8th Era, however you pronounce it, but that's a nice riff there. It's only 8 notes, but it really captures my ear's attention. I like how after the runs, I shouldn't say runs, but after the 16 streams, like musically, it ends the da-da-da-da-da, each one, and then there's another one. And overall, as you can tell, there's a lot of like variety within the song. Oh, not this part, but I do like how it goes back to another song. It goes back to the, well, not another song, but the same thing, but it sounds good. See, this part gets high pitch. I like that. Also, the 12th here, they were a nice touch. However, the song just doesn't have enough like easy parts for me to, not easy parts, but like slow parts to let the mind just, well, no, I shouldn't say mind, the ears just chill and have a break from the different parts, the fast parts, so the fast parts sound faster by comparison, and thus can maybe even pump you up a little bit more. A lot of songs do that. This is probably my favorite part. I like how like each measure the pitch changes. That's good. It adds some good variety, so the ears don't get tired of hearing the same thing. After the first half, which I did like the pattern rhythms, and then it gets a little more expansive there. But also, did you really thought it was over? Okay, that's great. I don't know if that's part of the song, but that's always great. So yeah, overall, this song is definitely a good one. And my 20th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Shit Palette 2.0. Now, this song has a really nice riff. It is a little bit repetitive, so I have to take off some points for that, but it's nice to listen to, and it's nice and energized, which is good for a riff. Also, unlike Tachyon Epsilon, which I can't give creative points to this song specifically because the creator of this song, Gorshit, I don't know, but I think a lot of his songs have anime stuff in them, but the anime vocals in this song work really well because they flow well together. They're fit and are nice tempo-wise with the more action-packed song, and the anime itself is subdued, which it's a good rhythm. And there's also a slow part in this song. I won't go to it, but and then it gets fast again. I like that. And overall, the vocals in this song and the music, while a little repetitive, they sound nice, and it's something that's relaxing yet also energizing. That's a good balance to have. And my 19th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is John Tanaka's theme. Now, I think this one's actually an official Nintendo song. And while it has the same tempo and pitch and stuff throughout the song, it's got a nice, what is it? Got a nice pattern going for it. It's kind of, I think this is from F-Zero. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong if it's not actually a Nintendo song, but it sounds nice. And it sounds nice like it fits F-Zero well because it kind of sounds like the stuff's going up, which is really cool. So this is probably a more fitting song for F-Zero than Setman, but it does fit Setman well because it's nice and it's got 250 BPM. It's got potential for patterns like that, really hard patterns. But yeah, it has a nice. It's not higher because it's a little generic, but it's a good track. It's enjoyable to listen to. It's got some good riffs. I would have liked a little variety, like pitch-wise and possibly tempo-wise, because it is mostly just 16ths the whole time. But there's some eighths there. But overall, it's enjoyable to listen to. And my 18th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Plus Plus. Okay, I'm not really too much of a fan of that title. I mean, you should try to be able to... It's a little generic, and that makes it hard to differentiate from other songs, which can in turn get your mind and maybe your ears pumped up for a particular song. So, not a huge fan of the title, but this song is really good. Really good. Not only... I mean, the riffs are a little long. Not riffs, the runs are a little long, but this part, that's awesome. That's really unique, and it sounds really good. Also, it speeds up, which is really cool. So this song is really fun to listen to. If only it had a better title, it might be higher, maybe. I'm not sure, but overall this song is just really good. It speeds up from, I think it can, yeah, I'm looking at the BPM, it's 249, 250, 251. Yeah, it speeds up. Unlike Rise Up, it speeds up in increments, which is, in my opinion, is better than just speeding up. And it doesn't have filler throughout, so this song is, so why is it not higher aside from the title? Because that shouldn't be enough to knock it down. This isn't like shuffleboarding from SpongeBob, where it's like a misleading title. It's not misleading, but it, like the music itself is, there's a lot of songs like it. But overall, since it has like Smash 64, like most of the songs sound similar, like the instrument used, or I don't know about instrument, but whatever's used musically, it sounds the same. So that's the issue with this one. That's why it's not higher, just by having really good riff like that. But yeah, overall, definitely a good one to listen to. Definitely really fun. And my 17th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Defender. Now this song sounds cool and it has some unique riffs and rhythms. Also the BPM changes. And it's not too repetitive while having a nice consistent energy, which is nice. But again, it's kind of has like the pitch is pretty much the same throughout the entire song. It kind of all sounds like this. I mean, I do like the 8-bit stuff to contrast, but it doesn't really give off too much of variety. But I definitely like the riffs. I like how it goes from 16 to 24, so that's really nice. Also, I'm not going to go to this, you can listen to the song yourself if you want to hear, but it randomly, weirdly enough, it randomly turns into a sad song right at the end. Well, it uses like some piano, I'm not sure if it's piano, but I like this part too, by the way. And it's like goes to this really fast thing, which is cool. There are some parts where it just feels like you're kind of waiting for something bigger, which is a little climactic, but not too interesting. But it randomly turns into a sad song then, which is different, but it's kind of weird. But it's not bad. It's just a little weird. Not like groundbreakingly creative, but it is different. And having a little bit of variety is good, so I can't take out points, but I don't think I can give it any because it doesn't really fit. But they tried something. It's like experimental, but it didn't work out perfectly. But it wasn't terrible either. So overall, it's alright. Also, it slows down. That's just cool. And my 17th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Neutron Factory. It's got a good riff, especially at the beginning. Now, the main issue of this song is that it's a little bit too long. Now, what I do like is that there are 16, it's 200 BPM the whole time, but or most of it, I think there's a few changes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a few changes. But I definitely like that there's 16ths and 20ths, but the song is just too long, and it doesn't leave you, like, maybe wanting to replay it, because it's just a little too repetitive. I don't think it really warrants a really long song, and it doesn't really, like, leave you wanting more as much as our songs, but it is a relaxing one. It's nice to listen to, and it's definitely replayable if you're into this song. But I'm just not. But I do definitely like that it does. I just think that at its length, it maybe. Oh, and there's also 12 notes. But I just think maybe there should have been a little bit more variety, considering the song is so long. But it's definitely not a bad one. It's definitely enjoyable to listen to. So yeah, it's just barely on the bottom half of my favorite songs in Tachyon Epsilon. It's got a good riff, and it has a nice sounding thing, and there's some variations. I just think that considering the song is a little long, I think it could have had a few less. But it's a good one to listen to. Definitely a good listen, and it definitely has some variety. And my 15th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Electrocatalysis. This song has really good riffs. It's 178 BPM. I think the whole song, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but it has really good riffs. It goes from really high energy, like there, to slow down, but they both involve a 12th and or 24th notes. Depending on how you like categorize it, but that sounds really good. And then there's parts where it doesn't just alternate, it sounds slow the whole time, and that's just really good. This song has really good riffs. Now, why is it not higher? It's still the top half, it's barely the top half for my favorite songs in Tachyon Epsilon, but why is it not higher? Well, the tempo is pretty much the same, and it doesn't like variate enough. But the riff is just so good, I gotta put this in my top half. It sounds really good. And they're of different lengths, and that's a really cool touch. It leaves your ears, they're in some sort of, and there's, I think it has different pitches. It just kind of sounds the same throughout the whole song, like, emotion-wise, maybe not emotion, but like, the amount of, it's hard to explain. Like a pitch, it's not really pitch, but it's like instrument use maybe. So that's why it's considering the riff is so great, it could be higher, but it definitely gives your ears something new a lot, and I really like that. Even towards the end, there's a big break here when there usually wasn't. So it's constantly different, but it just kind of sounds a little bit too much the same instrument-wise throughout the whole song. Even though I really appreciate the different things, I'm just holding it back a little. But this definitely is a good one. I definitely like the 24s. 24s are cool. Oh, maybe I could have said one little thing. Maybe if this song had a little bit of like 16ths, that would add a little bit of variety. But overall, it definitely is a really good one. I give it a 9 out of 10. That song is great. And my 14th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Brute Force. Now, this song has a whole minute of a 250 BPM 16th run musically, but it sounds really good. It doesn't sound repetitive at all, and it leaves you entertained and wanting to listen to the whole thing each time you listen to this song, which is really good. Also, the slow parts, while I don't like them as much musically as the run musically, the 16th note run, it's good too. It gets a little climactic here, giving you those little dun dun dun, and then giving you the runs musically, which is really nice. And the runs themselves are a little bit different, and the third one is longer, so it gives a good climactic feel. And the eighth note musically are really good. They ascend, descend, which is awesome. It's amazing. And the dun is good. This is probably the best part of the song. I said, I meant like when I said that I like the beginning better, I think I meant the very beginning. But yeah, overall, this song doesn't stay repetitive very long. And it has a whole run of 250, which is really cool. It doesn't really make the song itself better, but it does sound nice and has nice rhythms. So it's definitely a good one in my opinion. Definitely a good song. Great one even. And my 13th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is The Skies Are Not Enough. This has a really good riff right at the beginning. Do. See those mini jacks? Hearing the same note twice, if it's doesn't happen too much, is really nice to hear to the ears. It adds some good variety. It has some slow parts to keep you wanting the fast parts to keep coming, which is really nice. Hear that? It's really good. Different parts. Also, I like the 12th here, and it goes some 16ths. That's climactic, and it sounds really nice. And there's a consistent run while there's also a riff going on, so there's two things going on at once. I really like when songs do that. It sounds really nice. Right after in the run, which is just really cool. When a song's riff has that, and then they give you another riff, that is awesome. I like how it consistently changes. I know a lot of songs do that, but it sounds good here. I like the 12s here. They're nice. Also, I like the sample. The best is yet to know, and that's Mad Matt, I think, saying that while he's playing ITG. That's a nice little addition. I like how the song consistently, I like how it just keeps changing. And during the fast part, it sounds nice and it gets climactic, and there's different rhythms going on. Even though it's like the same, they sound different. I think the pitch keeps changing, which is really nice. The pitch keeps increasing. It sounds good, and it ends with that. This song is great. It just keeps. It feels really good and climactic. It has a nice, strong ending. So it's a good song. I like the sample too, which I already said. But yeah, it's a good sample. My 12th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Psychotrap. So just like Brute Force, the point of the song is to have a minute of pretty much a 240 BPM, a 160 BPM 24th run musically, but it sounds great throughout. The first half, just like in Brute Force, it does not sound like filler. It got a really good rhythm. Even though there's a consistent, actually it's not super consistent. I mean, it's there for, well, maybe it's consistent, even though the consistency varies a bit, but it sounds different each time, which is really nice. So it's good that this song and Brute Force, both, even though they were meant to have something, they don't slack musically. So while the slow part's in this is better, but the fast part is really good too, because despite just being 240 BPM run, 160 BPM 24th run, there is a really good riff going over it, which is awesome. I really like that. So not only can you listen to the run, which is nice and invigorating, but you can also listen to, at this simultaneously, you can listen to a climax, a kind of, I think it is, I would even call it climactic riff while the run is going on, which is really cool. My 11th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is The Limit Does Not Exist. This song has a great riff, absolutely great. Dun 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 dun. It has those, just like I said in The Skies Are Not Enough, it's got like two notes that are the same, or very similar, right in a row, which is really cool. And it works well with the riff itself, and it's really cool. And it also has, unlike Brute Force and Psychotrap, which are both great songs, but this one has some slow parts. So it ascends and descends. Also, I like the short run there, that's nice. It's nice to hear like 16ths without it being a nice, long thing. It can leave you wanting more. And a different sounding 16ths, that's nice. So while even the fast parts can sound different in this song, and the riff is really good. That definitely sounds really good. That over it. I definitely like how the song is called The Limit Does Not Exist. That's a good title for a song, because it's the truth. The limit does not exist. It's a good song. A great one, even. My 10th favorite song musically in Tachyon Epsilon is Mario Chi Survivor. Now, this song, I think, was inspired by both DJ Sharpnail's song Mario Now Chi Survivor, however you pronounce it, and also the Mario series, because it's got Mario riffs, which are really good. I would say not very creative, but it works. I mean, how many songs are there that's a remix? Official Nintendo songs, even that are remixes of the Mario theme. I mean, besides all the ones in Smash Bros, there's Here We Go from DDR Mario mix, which is just pretty much sampled. Besides, well, there's samples from that are also used in Sonic Rush. That one, and there's also the song, the original ground theme, Super Mario Bros., which is also in DR Mario Mix. Here we go. So I can't say it's been used so much. I can't take off too many points for it being a little bit unoriginal. But this song is just it's really fun to listen to. It's got Mario sound effects, which are nice. It's not Mario sound effects the whole song, so it definitely gives some sort of variety and a little bit of a climax, in case that's your favorite part to listen to. Which are really nice. Now, if this song were a little bit more original, it could honestly be top 5, maybe top 3. It could even be the best song. It's just so good. I just would have liked a little tiny bit more original, but it's an awesome song. It is really good. It's really enjoyable to listen to. Chart-wise, this is probably my favorite Tachyon song. The patterns are just so hard that it's just a blast, and it's not that fast. Oh, and another thing that's awesome about this song, it's coming up, so I'll just play through it. It's really good. It gives you this part, and then it goes back. Boom, boom, right after that. And it gives you the original song again, which is awesome. This song is just great. Really, really great. And my 9th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Almighty Power of the Cosmos. Now, I think this song was inspired by the Kirby music because it's a little like 8-bit sounding retro. It has nice riffs, even though 8-bit sounds nice, and there's not too much differences, but hear those riffs, they're great, and the fact that they keep changing the pitch, that's really awesome. And then there's the fast parts, and considering it's not fast the entire song, they're a little bursty. Sounds really nice. Also, I like how even during the slow parts, there's the da-da-da. That's just awesome. So it can kind of invigorate you even during the slowdown parts, but it doesn't come off as just trying too hard to put a feeling where it might not belong. So that makes it really good. This song is just, it's hard not to get this one stuck. It's hard to get this one out of your head if it's stuck. Yeah. It's an entertaining slow part. It's not just pure ace, and it does get fast at parts. Also, this part. That I feel like it just, I don't know if this is true or not, but it feels like that part is a Kirby riff, like from an actual Kirby game, which is really nice. I don't recognize it though. So if that's actually not, then it's captured the Kirby thing really well. So overall, a great song. And also it detunes. I think it does detune a little bit at the end, which is it actually is quite satisfying. So overall, a really enjoyable one to listen to. The one small drawback, that's not even really much of a drawback, is the riffs are a little repetitive, but it's a great one. It does. I even like the riffs, even though they are a little repetitive, but it's a great song either way. This song is great. And my 8th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Call of the Hound. This just has a lot of just you can tell there's a lot of potential for a build-up with the riffs in this one from the slow parts. and the riffs themselves are really good, but there's a lot of build-up on some parts, a lot of build-up just breaking out, and it really just envelops this song. Makes it sound better, is what I mean. It makes it sound better due to the climactic and the dun, which is really nice. Now, this might be a personal thing, but I can't put this one any higher, despite it sounding awesome, because, in my opinion, at least right now, I can't put it any higher, that's what I mean, because I prefer the 220 BPM version, not because it's slower, but because it's longer, and I know this is like cut down, but the 220 has some really good parts, like them, which just sound really good. But I definitely like they didn't cut out most of the good parts, so I gotta still give it a high rating. It's still definitely enjoyable to listen to, but I would pretty much prefer the 220 BPM version, which is 7 minutes. Despite being 7 minutes, that version's better than this one and not repetitive at all, since it's full of a lot of different parts and it sounds good, and it sounds even more climactic because the pitch just keeps constantly changing. It has a lot of just really good parts. So yeah, the 220 version's better, but this song is still great. Even this one, which is not as good, is still really great. Like even hear that pitch changing like every measure. That is awesome. This song is great. This song is awesome. Definitely one of the best in high tier, at least. Maybe not one of the best, but high tier. My 7th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Smiting Down the Weak. Ah, the riffs in this song are awesome. They're nice and varied, different from each other. Oh, and there's also the same note twice, or the very similar notes twice, which I really like. And it's a little bit less bursty than All My Power of the Cosmos, which is why I like it a little bit better. I mean, not why I like it a little bit better, but it just, since both the slow parts and fast parts are more varied, there's just a little bit more even of the fast parts. That's why I like this one a little bit better than All My Power of the Cosmos, at least currently I do. So that's my reason for liking this one better. The riffs in this song are just awesome. And the bursts sound good too, because it's got a lot of differences. I really like this one. This one consistently gives you, for like 5 times, to the 2 of the similar notes in a row, which I really appreciate and really think sounds good. Another thing I like about the runs, just like in a lot of songs, it's not as obvious in Call Ham, and honestly I don't think it's as good, but it's still great. The H measure it keeps changing. It's more subtle, which can be good in a different type of way. And also the thing that's a little bit more obvious towards the end. And just like All My Power of the Cosmos, this one detunes. It's well, it's a little bit less obvious, but it seems to detune towards the end, like this part. Maybe it's just the riff changing, I don't know. Either way, it sounds great. This song is great. It is awesome. This song is, it's really good to listen to. And my 6th favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Never Say Dumb. So just like Mario Chi Survivor, which was inspired by both the Mario series and also Mario Now Chi Survivor, this one's inspired by Never Say Die and Dumpstream. Now those 2 songs don't seem like they could go together too well, but they work awesome here. They just really fit. There's the which is the Dumpstream riff, and then there's the Never Say Die riff, which is like, and they both like I can't explain why this just works so well. It's like different. I think maybe partially because it's different, but also they sound good with each other because they're different. It's really hard to explain why. This song just works incredibly well. Two completely different songs that just fit really well. It's a really nice one, and maybe also because it's a little bit unique. Because usually, if there's gonna be two songs that are connected some way, they won't be connected. They wouldn't be different songs. Oh man, it's really hard to articulate why this song works so well, but it just does. And my sixth favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is The Devil Plays Dance Games. Now this has a nice sound, little atmosphere, maybe a little bit ominous since it's called The Devil Plays Dance Games, but it sounds really great. It really works, and it's got a nice tune that really works well. Whatever, by tune I mean whatever instrument's playing. It sounds really good. It fits the song really well. And despite being almost 240 BPM the whole song, there's some 120 and 160 I think. It's got a lot of different rhythms. Like there was just some 12ths and then there's 16ths, so there's a lot of variety. Variety works in this song is really great. Like even though it has some pretty long runs, the riffs here have some different. They don't go on too long, and then they throw in some little bursts to keep your ears entertained and enjoying the nice variety, and even the runs themselves. There's like a big climactic parts during the runs musically themselves, which is really cool. That is not really the easiest thing to do when it comes to music, is during runs is make it climactic and make it done in a way that you're just tearing up. And the second run is even better. The second run, see that 12th, that's a nice variety thing, but here this part. Hear that though, the patterns are great, but even if I'm not talking about the charts here, but this is still one of my favorite songs because the chart is just awesome. I mean, the song is just awesome. It just keeps changing. It's got so much variety, it just really keeps you just really enjoying what you're listening to. Works so well. That's a great riff. Probably not the most original, but it's a really good one. And it works well in this song. Just pretty much everything in this song works well. And even though in the slow parts after. Just like in Big Boo's Haunt, the song on Super Mario 64 DS, the song has like different. Ooh, double A. The song has different screams that are different pitches. Ooh, it was like that at the end, which is awesome. So I don't know if this takes inspiration from Big Boo's Haunt, but they both share the thing that just makes the song work extremely well, and it sounds really nice, and it's got a lot of variety. And my fourth favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Witch's Brew. This song is just great. This is very... For Tachyon Epsilon, it's pretty different because it's got actual singing with actual vocals, which most of them do not have. Which, I mean, if they do have, they don't fit with the music too well. This just sounds really good. KB is a great singer. for the spell perfect for you. Ooh, I need to get you enchanted with me. Ooh. Oh, the slow part sounds good too. Also, I like the a little similar to Bokura or whatever. I mean, it happens a lot, but it sounds really good here. In fact, come me, I'll make you feel so good. Lyrics are good too. And KDB's voice is just awesome. This song is awesome. I originally thought this was some sort of remix because I wasn't expecting such a poppy song to be 256 PM 16, but no, this is actually the original version song, just like Hatsune Miku's Exercises, which just kind of sound like Speedcore a little. So, but this is like pop, but it's got the vocals, poppy vocals, but the music, the 8-bit, it works well with the song itself, Witch's Brew. Like, it kind of sounds like I said in Vertex Epsilon bubbling. It works a lot better with these singing too. The singing is great and on point. It's really on rhythm. This song is just awesome. This is definitely one of the best songs on Epsilon. KDB, I'm not too familiar with her, but she is an awesome singer, and I don't know who made the songs. I mean the music, but the music of this song is great, and it's a little bit similar to Vertex Epsilon. I'm gonna guess this song came out first. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So it's not a ripoff. I wouldn't call either one a ripoff. And both of them have their own things, but I just love the vocals in the song, and the music is just great as well. And they fit really well with each other, and they're on sync. And it's not too repetitive either. Well, it is kind of repetitive, but it just sounds good. I guess because the lyrics themselves change a little bit, but they're all similar. It's a good pattern, but it's got good variety. Oh, this song is great, and the vocals are great, and the lyrics are great. This song is just awesome. The Witch turned out to be a little better than the Devil. And my third favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Nest. This song has awesome riffs. Awesome. It's got those... I know I like those eighth notes that have the same note, that are like mini jacks, the same note or similar notes over twice in a row, and they sound great here. And then there's the climax. They climax well into the faster parts, and they sound a little bursty with the. During the slow parts, they sound a little bursty. Also, just like Neutron Factory, this has 16ths and, well, actually, technically, it has 16ths and 18ths. 18ths are not very common, so that's some really good variety. This song is a lot better than Neutron Factory because, for one, it's not too long and repetitive, but it's also a lot less repetitive. I mean, even though it's a little run heavy, see, you can notice the differences, and the ears can notice the differences, maybe even a little bit easier, maybe, of the runs parts. See, and the 18s are even used uniquely right there. Ah, that's great. It sounds like it's like got a lot of... I cannot explain what makes this... It just... It sounds like a bird's nest picking up a lot of stuff and moving. I don't know. That's just the vibe I get from this. Maybe because of the song it's called Nest. Maybe that's why it's called Nest. Well, either way, this song is just awesome. This is an absolutely, a really, really good one to listen to. Really good. It uses good... It goes from 16ths and then 18ths, and there were some 18ths thrown in, and it just goes back and forth in a good way, and it doesn't overstay its welcome like Neutron Factory, and it just sounds really great. And there's and it's just such a good one to listen to. So good. It's got such good variety. It's just got good, and the 18s themselves just sound really heavy, like a bird's nest trying to pick up stuff. I don't know why, but it just works really well. And it's not like that the whole time. So it's like maybe they got through it. It's so good. And my second favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Infernoplex, the original Infernoplex, I think is a great track, but this remix, which was inspired, Infernoplex inspired this song. This song is even better. There's just so much going on in Unity. It just sounds awesome. There's just so much to notice about this song. There's great parts. There's so many good parts about this song that are just great to listen to. Even on their own, they sound great. It's also very invigorating. It gets your adrenaline. It gets my adrenaline going. Sometimes at least. But it just sounds awesome. Just there's the good songs, and there's the big cows that just they work in tandem. Just awesome. There's just a lot of harmony within this song, which just makes it sound just absolutely great. It's just a really invigorating and a good time. And it's got good parts. So much of this song is just very enjoyable to listen to, even on its own. And in unity and in harmony, it all sounds awesome. It just sounds great. No. There's even like little slow parts, so the fast parts can even get you more pumped up due to the contrast, due to the comparing parts, comparisons, the differences. This song just sounds so great. That is just, it's a really climactic one too. And they used the things were used just really well in this. All the contrasting parts that were used to make this song were just used really well. And being based off Infernoplex tone, or being inspired by it, I should say, just makes it sound great. It is an awesome song, and just it pumps you up. It's good. Even if you don't want to be pumped up, it's still maybe quieter. It would be good to listen to, because the things used are just great. They just work so well. It is just such a great song. My favorite song in Tachyon Epsilon is Odin. The riffs in the song are incredible. There's kind of swingy sounding, and they're climactic. It's early in this song, they're climactic. Within 10 seconds, being able to have such a climax is just amazing. And they just keep going. And even the slow parts just sound invigorating and great. And the amazing riffs are put over. It can remind me of an ocean. I would say it sounds similar to an ocean rising. And even the slow parts, they put the amazing riff down. That is probably the best riff in this entire pack. One of the best riffs I've ever heard in all of music. I'm not even kidding. Oh, and the polys. That is amazing. Yeah, this is the best part of the song, probably, in my opinion. Or actually, I can't even pick a favorite part. It's all of it is just so good. It's all, pretty much in any part, it's all great to listen to. The polys are used amazingly. They keep you wanting more. They keep you wanting to listen to the slow parts, and then want to listen to the fast parts, and then you're not even really waiting for anything because they just come up so quickly, but you're wanting to listen to both, and then you're wanting to listen to the riff, and then you're wanting to, which is amazing, and then you're wanting to listen to the fast streamy part, run musically, maybe streamy musically, I don't know. You're just wanting to listen to it all, and it all works out so greatly, and it just is great. And it gives off and even in the ending, it gives off a good feel. It makes you really want to listen to the song again and again. And there's never going to be a part where you don't want to listen to the song, because, if you're me at least, if you have opinions that are very similar to mine, it sounds so great. It is just such a good track. Such a good track. And the chart is good too. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. it can remind you of pretty much anything happy. Like, I remember there's just so much good that this song has, and it has the little, like, it gives off like a trying to achieve stuff atmosphere to the, like, the kind of the sad notes, but the sad notes, they also sound good, and they're contrasted with they're really pleasing. And I remember when a lot of people were watching me play this song, and they really enjoyed it, and they enjoyed the song itself too. My mom and my dad like to watch me play this one, and who else? Oh, whenever I teach someone, or whenever, not teach, but whenever I show someone Setmania, I play a lot of songs, but I think this is a great one. I usually don't play this song, or I don't even think I've ever played this. Maybe I have. I'm not sure, but I think I'll use this one because this is a great song. A great song can want to get someone in the Stepmania experience. Great, because Stepmania has great music, and this is like most of the songs in here are really obscure. Even which is Real by KB, I don't think is a very common song. So it's good being obscure. There's just so much good about that song. It's a great experience to listen to that song. It's just so good. I just really like it. I'm just gonna play this because why not? And now I can't index this. That'd be cool if I could. This is another great song, that's why I'll play it. This would be another good example. This is a great chart when you're getting the spread, or pretty much any time. This chart is absolutely awesome. It's better than any chart in Tachyon Epsilon. Well, ignoring this, like the song. I can't explain to you, I'll never understand. Been out to you are forever. Ah, the trails make this so fun. They're not too fast, but they just they keep wanting you to. They keep you invigorated despite not being that fast, and they don't go on too long. But there's a lot of them. This chart is awesome. This might be the best chart in MB4, and one of the best songs, definitely, probably the best song. This is really fine. I think this is a little bit more fun. I think I respect the other one better, but I think I like this one better. If by pure fun, I think this is the most fun chart in MB4. But your fun has those really, as BPM changes, it has those really specific parts, so I think I maybe prefer this one. Also, the hand stream is great. There's a lot of variety in this. There's hand stream, trills, dense, jump stream. And then there's those patterns. Actually, this might have a little bit more variety than Reef. I'm not sure. Despite constantly being the same beat, I'm not sure. Depending on how you. And this part's really hard. Also, this song is extremely hard to FC. This part is what gets me a lot. Well, about 50 times. Even on Just 4, I have not seen this so far. Oh, this part, when you're trying to see that part is... Oh god, that part. I forgot about that. If you're just playing it casually. This chart is not fun when you're trying to see it. I have the brightness key, haha. Yeah, I got 238 combo, which is the beginning of the song. That's pretty cool. Oh, and that's used really well. Ah, that chart is awesome. Did I beat it? Oh, I ate it. Aid! Judge 686. I broke 75%, 76, so yeah. Peace out, homies.